Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. Let's take a look at the economic calendar for today. So what do we have here? Data overnight. Some data overnight were published. Yes. Plenty of data from the UK. We start with the retail sales monitor, 2% down from 2.9. Business confidence in Australia up from 4 to 7 points. And please notice that all of you Australian dollar traders, we got the RBA meeting minutes released just recently at 2:30. Average earnings index and bonus in the UK up from 4.8% to 5%. Climate count change up from -2,000 to 25,000. Employment change up from down from 232,000 down to 91,000, and unemployment rate in UK is up from 4.7 to 4.8%. Kind of a mixed data from the UK. German CPI is up from 0.1% to 0.2% on yearly measure, from 2.2 to 2.4%. Bad data from Germany. PPI in line with the expectations, minus 0.2%. IAA monthly report is scheduled for release at 10 o'clock. At the same time, 1 hour later, we got German current conditions economic sentiment data scheduled for release. At 11 o'clock, economic sentiment from the Eurozone is scheduled for release. And that's about the situation from the London point of view. Now, New York point of view, US session building permits scheduled for release at 2:30. FOMC member Bowman will give a speech at 2:45. Excuse me. Bank of Canada Senior Deputy Governor Rogers will give a speech at 5:15. And the Fed Chair Jerome Powell will give a speech 6:20. At 7 o'clock, Bank of England Governor Bailey will give a speech, and Weller will give a speech at basically 9:25. So with schedule for today for almost all of the speeches. Nevertheless, quite interesting day, quite busy day. Major event of the day is the speech from the Fed Chairman Jerome Powell, and the German German CPI data, which are increasing. So let's take a look at the charts. We start with euro dollar. So after the German PPI data were scheduled, we got the situation when the movement to the upside was quite limited. So we were rejected from 1.1631. We are testing yesterday's low at 1.1559, and it looks like the market wants to go lower towards the temporary target at 1545. If we break below this level, the next target is our scenario target, 1.1504, which is the 100% extension of the wave W down towards the wave Y. Okay, so that situation here looks very specific, looks very interesting. Obviously here there is some sort of the ABC. It's kind of obvious. So let me just place this this ABC correction. So we got free wave here, right? So we got A, B, and C to the downside, right? So we got this. Now ABC, there was some kind of a wedge here in the wave X. Now this one is a little bit more, let's say, complex, because it looks like there is a wave A here, or even here, maybe some sort of the much more complex correction is being made here. The wave Y is very specific because it has obviously any possible correction, right? I'm trying to figure it out what is going on here. I guess this is the bottom for the wave. There is something like this, right? And that's not a problem if we get our wave Y finished here. This is not a problem whatsoever. Now that situation here looks a little bit more confusing, but this is definitely some sort of the wave Y as well. All right, so that's the situation here. Let me just remove this internal waves, and that's it's highly possible that we might be moving into the wave WXY, double X, and then wave Z to the downside. But that's just the correction situation. The other thing here is we can do the situation with the channel. Let me just extend this channel. I can't do it right now. And there you go, a little bit lower. There you go. So that's the channel, the blue channel. Let me just change it here. Inside will be there you go, and that will be there you go. So if we take a look at this channel, pure technical channel, there is still place. There is still room to the downside, right? So as we move inside of this channel, so we can hit even the level of 1.1501 in that situation. So there is no problem of doing this whatsoever for the euro dollar. All right, British pound after the data. After the data, as you can see, the market was smashed lower. We are approaching wave Y low. It doesn't actually mean this is the end of this down wave. If we place our intraday technical resistance, which is located here, obviously, you can clearly see that we are very, very close to the wave Y low. Any breakout below this level, let me just take a look if we have any levels here. There you go, we got the levels here, and that was the projection for the wave Y, obviously, right? So this is the projection for the wave Y, and that's the target, 1.1332 or 31. Let me just place my WXY. There you go. And this is how it looks like. This is how it looks like exactly. So negative momentum pointing to the downside. After the data, market is trying to move lower. US dollar versus the Japanese yen. Just recently we bounced from the 151.26 technical support. However, there is no continuation to the upside. We got bearish engulfing after this bounce, and now possibly after this movement to the upside, some kind of a ABC pattern is being made on this market. So this is the A, B, and C to the downside. Possible target. Even the 149.96 is the target, but then we are very, very close to 100 periods moving average, and we are very, very close to the gap filling. Momentum neutral. So any movement to the downside is momentum negative, and we could see more downside to come very, very fast. US dollar versus the Swiss franc. What I can see clearly here is that this movement here is corrective in nature on a 4-hour time frame chart. Let me just zoom out to see where we are generally. Not that much, obviously. So yeah, we are inside of the range. Now we used to have this nice trend line here. The trend line that started here and went as low as here. As you can see, very nice trend line that was violated. Now we might have hit here, hit, breakout. Now the breakout wasn't actually too strong enough to move higher towards the swing high. We were rejected from 8,071 pips. So this is the technical resistance. But there is still a chance that this market will come back and test this orange trend line. There is some kind of a consolidation zone, movement to the upside, smash to the downside, and now the market is trying to move higher. Right now 52 points on the RSI, as you can see, doesn't actually looks good for the bulls, because we are very, very close to the neutral RSI. This low is our range low, this high is our range high. So the range is 8,170, 7,828, and anything in between is just range play. Alright, so right now there was a breakout but above the trend line, but it wasn't strong enough to move higher. US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. Now this is something completely different. The US dollar is moving higher as the Canadian dollar is getting weaker across the board, as the market participants are trying to move way higher than it is the market right now. And I'm talking about 1.4150, the next target. But there is a very interesting area here, which is very close to this level. Once we get above 1.4239, as you can see, this area was tested before. We got very nice supply zone. It was violated, tested, and violated again, and we never come back towards this area ever again. For now, the momentum is very strong. Now we will hit the extremely overbought conditions, 1.4054. There is still some room to the upside, but you know, it can be kind of a tricky right now for the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar to move higher. So on a lower time frame chart, the situation is not that clear. Nevertheless, we can see yesterday's, no, that's the October 9th, that's the last week high. The last week high, 1.4032, maybe not much, but still something. This market is not very violent, but it's very persistent once the breakout is done. 1.3985, another technical support, and obviously some kind of a baseline here after the consolidation was made. Well, let me just place a line somewhere around here. That is going to be technical support as well. Anymore, US dollar versus the Japanese yen. We didn't analyze it in a while. We got some breakout to the upside, the same situation as it was on the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. We hit the extremely overbought conditions. Now, what's the situation here? Uptrend in the background. I guess we can place some kind of a channel here. There you go. We are moving inside of the channel. And this is kind of an impulsive channel as well. You can't say it's any other one for now. I don't see any reason why. Looks very impulsive, and this situation here, it looks like wave 1, wave 2, possible wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. So it looks like the 5 way to the upside is done. Nevertheless, we still need to cover, fill the gap. Gap is here. And there is still a possibility to this gap to be filled, and the market has the tendency to do it. Let's see how long it will take. Roughly around 174.71, 173.24. So that's a nice gap to be filled. And last but not least, let's take a look at the Bitcoin. Obviously, the Bitcoin keeps coming lower. I think that this movement to the downside has not been completed just yet, and now we didn't even try to test the supply zone and 100 periods moving average. The market rejected straight down. If we break below this local low, 109,706, then we got only 108,663 and eventually 108,666. Any breakout lower most likely would put the flash crash from October 11th for a test. For the bulls, to the upside, the upside is limited. To break to the upside, we need to break above the supply zone, which is and 100 periods moving average. Right now, nothing like this is happening, and it looks like this market wants to move way lower than it is right now. That's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Take care and bye bye.